Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cleveland Browns. Just about set for football. Blake Grupe is ready to get us started.
And off we go from Cleveland.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
That's caught left side by Judy.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, right back to Judkins. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
That's good for a Browns.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's kind of like clockwork right now for them.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Sanders to throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerry Judy.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon.
Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Colts ready to go to work here offensively, and it is Phillip Rivers, their veteran quarterback and longtime Charger, who will be under center.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Off the play fake here, Rivers.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The end result, 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early, because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage, came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back to Taylor on first down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
To throw, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
They'll start on the ground with Jenkins.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way down to the 26.
95 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Throwing, Sanders. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Setting up a screen for Jenkins.
This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
All right, let's give the kicker some credit here because he didn't let the inaccurate snap phase him whatsoever. Trusted his holder to get the ball down in time, stuck to his routine, and somehow found a way to put the ball through the uprights.
Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Rivers.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Rivers now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On fourth down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins.
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Sanders. He's got a man. That's Bond. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 45-yard
line. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, there's Jenkins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
An inside run with Jenkins.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Sanders. Hitting Juju on the slant. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They go play action now. Sanders.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
To throw is Sanders.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
A 9-yard touchdown Brown.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30.
He'll start with a give to Taylor.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
They go play action. Rivers.
A short one there, caught by Warren.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Quick slant caught by Pierce.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Down the field, he's got Warren.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Colts are back within a score.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football. But he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his second of this first half, as he'll try again on first down here.
Looking to put a drive together.
Now Sanders. He'll swing this out to Jenkins.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple. On the draw, it's Jenkins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun here, Sanders.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt.
The deep to return is Josh Downs.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Here's Rivers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Open man to tight end Warren.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Pulled in at the 24. Gets around him.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Sanders to throw. Checks it down to Jenkins.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing, Sanders. That's taken in by Bond.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and 17 at the 41-yard line.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Sanders has it poked free, and the Colts pick it up, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the sneak, Rivers. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Rivers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
A point after, good by Groupie.
And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
He'll be hit down at the 43, 5 yards on the play.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Open man is Bond. He's got it.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 120 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Open man, that's Bond. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Sanders. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. They'll go with the keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call a low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To throw now, here's Sanders. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Looking to throw. Sanders. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To throw is Rivers. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On the option to give to Taylor here. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This 2nd and 4. Throwing, Rivers. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he'll get it down inside the 25.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing Rivers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Did march to the end zone the last time out.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Now Rivers. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Ain't no other king than his web thing makes siblings. Nothing for my children.
Well, this one's setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's Sanders. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Once again, Judkins.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run, as we just said there.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
They're plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Sanders. Pass caught by Fannin. That's a room to run now. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 33.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Sanders. He'll swing this out to Judkins.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They got another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They go play action now. Sanders.
And that's going to be caught for Browns touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Browns have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. So still time remaining here in this fourth.
Both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And the Colts coming out now.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10
at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down, Colts.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. To about the 35, second down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
To throw, Rivers. Now he's going to step, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting it with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Dog pound barking as loud as they can here. 3rd down.
Here's Rivers. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Rivers.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Now Rivers. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Rivers to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the throw in the catch were just fine. They get zone coverage when you run a drag route. What you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Rivers. Open man to tight end Warren. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Now 2nd and 4.
Here's Rivers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now, has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.